All right. Oh, it looks like I've got some quality issue here this morning with the camera. So let me see if I can make an adjustment here. Hold on one second. All right. Oh, it looks like I've... Let's see, is that better for everyone? It's a little better. Not perfect, but we can live with that for the morning. Happy Easter, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Just kind of going to do a short one this morning. I'm not, I'm just trying to give someone, who's stuck in the quarantine situation something to do this Easter morning, as we're probably more than likely not going to be around a whole lot of family today. So just wanted to give everyone a little bit something to do. So I think everyone's still kind of sticking to their normal stream schedule. So we've got like Down the Wormhole after us today as well. So please go over and watch her stream after mine. I think everyone's still planning on streaming today like they normally do, which is pretty cool. Even though it is a holiday, it's kind of nice because we're all kind of stuck inside and not have a whole lot really going on out in the big world. So I hung out in the chat for a little bit this morning with everyone, said good morning to a couple people. So good morning, Crown Tail Half Moon. Good morning, Sand Creek. Kevin, good to see you. We've got Angelique from the Netherlands. Good to see you. Worldwide Tropicals. Good to see you, buddy. I watched your video yesterday. I'm sorry to hear you had to sell your discus, but I get it. Sometimes we have to sell fish to get new fish. So you got to make room, right? And I'm glad that you were able to get someone to come and actually buy them from you, which is pretty cool. Crown Tail Half Moon says, Peter, I've got a question on Permafix and Melafix. Can you mix the two and use a Q-tip and put directly on wound out of water? Female was injured from male in unsuccessful breeding. That's a great question. I have never tried the direct application process before. What I would maybe do, Crown Tail, is actually just take your female and put her in a smaller container and then do, a diluted solution of those two medications. Since they are from the same brand, you should be able to mix those, no problem at all. But read the directions on the back. But I'm pretty sure I've mixed them before, if I remember correctly, a small container, and then let her just kind of swim around in it. Because I think maybe if you're doing it out of water, you could cause some more stress, which we don't want to give any fish undue stress. So that, maybe try that. Let me know how it goes. Maybe film it, send me a video of it, and we can throw it up on my Instagram or something if it works out well for you. Angelique says, I've got a bit of a frog problem. Got 300 of them. Dang. That is a problem. 300 of the frogs. What kind of frogs are they, Angelique? Crown Tail Half Moon says, good morning, bro. Karen Cassidy, my mom is in the stream this morning. Hi, Mom. Happy Easter. I haven't responded to any of the family texts yet this morning because I just literally woke up and came in here and got to streaming. So good morning, Mom. Happy Easter. Love you. I think this is the first stream she's actually been in the chat. So thank you for coming. Select Pet, hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Angelique, hey, hello, how are you? Everyone, I think, is doing pretty good this morning. Like I said earlier, it's Easter and, everyone's kind of in lockdown, so there's not a whole lot going on. So I wanted to stream and just kind of keep it light and happy this morning since it is a happy holiday. Let's see, we've got Worldwide Tropical saying, do you have any ideas for a 60-gallon, something like a female green terror? Yeah, I heard in your video you wanted to do some kind of a cichlid for your 60-gallon. I am not the biggest fan of monster predatory fish. I'm more of the community-based fish keeper. But if you want to what I would maybe do is reach out to Trent Weldon over at Well Done Tanks, WEL, and then the height or stash DON Tanks on YouTube. He lives here in Utah. We're great friends, but he's kept a lot of cichlids, and he might be able to help you out with that. I know he's got a Fahaka a Mabu puffer. So he's got a lot of the bigger predatory fish, and he might be able to answer a few of those questions for you worldwide. Select Pet, don't forget to hit the like button, folks. It helps out the channel. It really does. Thank you, Select Pet. It does a lot, actually. It's kind of surprising how much just a few likes compared to your views really can make a difference. I don't know if anyone noticed, but Christopher Scott, Fanatics manager, I sent him some guppies, and he made a video on it, and the channel kind of went crazy for the last couple of days. We went from 410 subs last Sunday to 550 almost today. So quite a lot of growth in the last few days. So pretty cool to be able to kind of connect with someone, on the larger scale, even though I've got some great friends on the larger scale as well. But he's got a little bit more of a reach than most of us do. So it was pretty cool. Chris is a great guy. If you haven't gone and checked out his channel, go check it out. Watch the video of the guppies I sent him. I sent him some of the purple Dumbo mosaics. Absolutely beautiful guppy. Let's see. Angelique says, yep, I just hit the like button. Awesome. Thank you, Angelique. My mom says, love you too, and to all your viewers too. Take care all. Perfect. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Glad you're here. Worldwide Tropical says, mine's a slow grower. Yeah, there's a few, fish like that where they take a really long time to grow, but they'll live forever, which is really cool. So that's kind of the good and the bad with some fish, is that they'll grow slow, and you won't really see that process, or you won't think you see the process of them growing. But it's still cool because you get that fish for like 10 or 15 years. So pretty cool. I'm not sure how long the green terror lives, but I'm pretty sure it lives about 5 to 8 years, if I remember correctly. They're a pretty long liver. Crown Tail saying, happy Easter, Peter's mom. Thank you, Crown Tail. So yeah, this morning we just kind of wanted to hang out a little bit and answer some questions if anyone's got any. We're still kind of in the process of trying to see if the earthquakes are going to end here or not. We've had a lot of aftershocks still, so all my water is still a little bit lower. I did raise it a little bit more this week than last week, but I think we're kind of out of the worst, hopefully. I've got to figure out how I'm going to add some more earthquake kind of proofing to the garage here. I'm not sure if I'm going to like wire the stands to the ceiling, or what I'm going to do, or if I'm going to tie them all together in some way. But I'm hopefully going to figure out something here so that we can make sure everything's a little bit more solid. And then if you guys haven't watched my last video on me refacing the 75-gallon tank here, it does look a lot different because I used some of the vinyl sticker to change the look up of it. So if you guys haven't gone and watched that video, please do so now, or after the stream, I guess. We can all hang out still. You don't have to go watch the video. But if you got some time after this, of course, watch Down the Wormholes stream as well, and then you can watch, we've got time. This is kind of the nice part. We've got a lot of time. We can catch up on a lot of, streams and videos and stuff that we haven't had the chance to watch. So that's kind of a nice, the good to the bad, I guess. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Worldwide Tropical says, I don't have it yet. Still don't know for sure. Okay, yeah, well, when you do get it, of course, make a video on it. I love watching your stuff. I actually got Trent and Michael pull over at Well Done Tanks and Bay Area Aquatics to go over and watch your stuff too, bud. So hopefully you get a lot more views and subscribers here coming your way, because you've got some pretty nice stuff for your age. It's pretty impressive. Angelique says, my little guppies are doing good. They're a week now. 2 are yellow. Nice. Yeah, I know. I actually, the only yellow guppies I've got are the half black yellows from Trent. Awesome fish. Absolutely love them. They're beautiful. You can actually see them in the third tank over on the bottom row there. That's the half black yellows in there. Let's see. Worldwide Tropical says, how do you aquascape like that? Are you talking about the 75-gallon behind me? Let me know in the chat, and then I'll answer it here in a minute. But if that's the one you're talking about, I can definitely go into depth on that. Select Bet, is earthquakes normal for that area? It is not. Select Bet, this is we had a 5.7, I believe is what it was. And it is the largest earthquake Utah has seen since '92, I believe. So it was a big one. I've never lived in an earthquake here in Utah, so it was kind of a little bit different. And now we've had hundreds of aftershocks, ranging from like 0.2s all the way up to 4. So there's been some big aftershocks. So I've tried to keep everything a little bit lower. We just don't know when the next one's going to come now. So I'm just trying to be a little bit more prepared. Crown Tail Half Moon says, yeah, bro, as you mentioned, it did seem different. Thought it was lights. Yeah, no, that was a vinyl sticker that I put on the whole front of the 75 stand to kind of change the look up of it. I was getting kind of tired of just the same, plain wood. So I thought I'd do something like that just to kind of give it a little bit more texture and character in here. So Crown Tail Half Moon says, I recently lost an entire spawn of 4-month-old guppies. They started swimming funny, like wriggling. I wonder if that's really strange that you lost the whole colony. Could be a multitude of things. I mean, it could be something, like the water parameters were off, or it could be a genetic order from parents. I've had one strain that I don't have anymore because of this issue, but the strain that I got, they had some kind of genetic issue, and it actually made all of them kind of the same thing. They all were really sick, and they all had bent spines and really bad fin shapes and everything, and they just all started dying one after the other. So what I ended up having to do with that whole colony was do clove oil and just put them all down, just because they weren't going to survive. And I don't like to see anything, struggle or be in pain at all. Looks like we've got Trent in the channel here. Thanks, Trent. Good to see you, buddy. Worldwide Tropical says yes. All right. So on the 75 back here, bud. So pretty much what this is I haven't really done a video on the 75. I might do one this next week for you. But I'll let you know kind of what I did in here. So the substrate in here is a mix of the play sand from Home Depot, and then just the small like peat gravel from Home Depot as well. And then the river stones I also got from Home Depot, just a big, like I think it was a 50-pound bag. And then behind the river stones where the jungle vow is growing and that kind of stuff, I've actually got kind of like a little like U shape of planted tank substrate in there. And that's why it's all growing really well back there. But what I really wanted to do was keep it more like a Utah riverscape. If you go into any local river here or stream, you're going to see a lot of this kind of rock. And then all the wood that I've got in here is also local collected wood, which I really wanted to do something more local. So pretty much all we've got in here as far as plants go is we've got an Amazon sword over in this corner, which is probably going to go out at some point, but it's doing okay over there. a ton of Java moss on all of the wood. And then we've got just regular Italian valve or jungle valve in the middle, and then spiral valve over there in the corner. So that's pretty much it. And then as far as the background goes, it's just a foam board background that you can get on Amazon. I think it was like $20 for a sheet like this big. So there were just 2 sheets in the back of that. And that's what the background is. When Trent did his fish room tour of the garage here, he was like blown away by the fact that he thought it was, I believe he said it was can never remember the name of that one because I've never bought anything from him, but it's that super expensive background company. He thought that was one of them, and he thought I dropped like $400 on a background, but it was only like $20 for the background on that. So I think it looks really great. I'm really happy with it. I've just kind of let it go, kind of let everything do what it's going to do in there. And I think it's turning out really great. The Java moss has exploded in that tank. I have to cut it back every couple of weeks or every week, just so that the light can actually get down to the substrate in the bottom, so that we can get everything else to grow. But it's really cool. Like I'll do a video on it, but if you look, you can kind of see how there's like the wood sticking out of the water up top. The Java moss is actually kind of like started to grow itself up to the top, and it's really cool looking. It's one of my favorite things. So Crowntail Half Moon says, I changed the water. I'm guessing this is for your wriggling guppies. I changed the water, but no success, and added salt. Yeah, it could be something else going on. It could be, like I said, a genetic disorder. Also, I would check the water temperature. Make sure your water's not too hot, because if you have too hot of water, it's going to cook them and they're going to kind of swim weird. So maybe double check that too. Angelique, I said, I have rock and wood and some plants. Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check out and see what you did. Tag me in it on Instagram, and then I can check it out. Yeah, we've got Trenton here. He's a moderator for me, which is awesome. Trent's a great friend of mine. Same with Michael over at Bay Area Aquatics. They're awesome people. Yeah, he says his 75 is an awesome setup in person. It's a great natural setup. Yeah, I tried my best to make it look as natural as I can. I really like to keep everything looking as possible, as nature-esque as possible. Nature's kind of barren. If you go into a lot of the streams and stuff, it's the banks that are really lively. But the water is pretty barren unless you're looking at something that someone else has already made. So Andre's here from Portugal. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well out there in Portugal, and you guys are all staying safe and healthy. So we got Jay in Aquarium. Good to see you. Redfish, Bluefish. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it. Small Fry Aquatics. Happy Easter to you too. 44 Meg. Good to see you, bud. Glad you made it into the stream. Well done, Texas. Aqua Decor background. Yes, that is the expensive one. And mine does look pretty close to the same. I think I've got the link. Trent, put up the video to the fish room tour here, because I think I gave you the link for the backgrounds, if I remember correctly. So you can give everyone that through there. Well done, Tank says, Worldwide Tropics, I am not a cichlid guy, but personally I really like the Bolivian rams. Underrated fish in my opinion, and in a decent planted tank, they look great. There you go. I thought, Trent, you had a few of the more bigger fish, so that's why I asked him to ask you if you had any of those answers for him. Crowntail Half Moon. Trent and Peter look like twins in videos. Awesome. Laughs. Yeah, no, we're really good friends. We hang out a lot. Well, not right now. We haven't been hanging out. He's building the fish room right now. I've been trying to I helped out a couple of times, but now with all of this going on, it's just better safe than sorry. He's got a little girl and everything, and I don't want to get anyone sick. If I've got something, I don't want to pass it on to his family. So trying to distance ourselves from each other, but we're still hanging out a lot online, which is really cool. And then Trent says, we all know who got the looks in the family. Thanks, Trent. We got Down Wormhole here. Good to see you, Dia. Glad you made it. Your stream is going to be awesome this morning too, I'm sure. I love going over and watching yours after mine. This is a lot of like energy expulsion to do a stream. Like there's a lot of energy you have to like put out in order for it to go really well, I think. Or at least to like seem like we're actually engaging. So being able to go from my stream right over to yours is really nice, because I can just kind of relax a little bit afterwards and listen. Because right now I'm just talking, which takes a lot of energy to do, actually. So everyone, if you can, go over and go to Down the Wormhole's stream after mine. Anthony's Fishy Friends, good morning, man. You're just going to be lurking for now. Perfect. Lurking's all right, as long as you hit the like button. Well done, Tank says, Geophagus is another great option. Jarapari, I think is how you say it. Jarapari is my favorite if you want a different cichlid. There you go. Worldwide. I have $100 to spend on guppies and some sort of cichlid. Oh, $100 on some guppies, man. That's a pretty good chunk of change for gups. Go check out my my website, Worldwide. See if there's anything on there that you like. saltcityaquatics.com. We've got quite a few up for sale right now. We've got the Dumbo Mosaics. We've got the Platinum Pingus. The Platinum Galaxy Tigers. What else do we have? Got quite a few up, actually. So go check it out and see if there's anything on there that you like, and you can shoot me a message through Instagram, and I can see what I can hook you up with. Let's see who else we got. All right. So it looks like we've got 15 people hanging out with us right now. So kind of did some changes up in the garage this weekend. If you're on my Instagram channel or page or whatever you call it, you saw a picture of me kind of making some changes in here. I went out and bought 5 new fish tanks. So let me see if I can get it to show on here. So up there on the top rack, we've got 5 new tanks up there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing up kind of the way that I've got the garage set up here. We're going to set it up more for, keep you guys straight, more for a shipping setup for fish, because we are getting quite a few orders now coming in. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be turning this whole rack into nothing but the breeding pairs or trios, in order to keep them a little bit cleaner. And then I'm going to actually move all of the fry over to this side, and then the 220 longs that we've got over here, I'll be moving, and then we'll have 15 tanks on this side, and we'll have 12 on this side. So I'll put on the bottom row on this side will be the quarantine tank, and then the hospital tank, and then just an extra tank just in case, I get some random fish, then I'll have a couple extras, just for room, which is always awesome. My mom says, like the lurk and comment. Yes, that's usually what people do, Mom, is they come and they join up on the stream, and then they just kind of hang out in the background. They don't really comment or anything, which is really great, because they're just listening. They're listening to what we're talking about. But yeah, if they're lurking, hit the like. That's what I always do for anyone's channel. If I'm watching, I always just hit the like. It helps out even if you're not commenting. So Worldwide Tropical says, I want to breed them, which should not be hard. That's true. Guppies are probably one of the easiest types of fish to breed since they are a live bear fish. Certain strains are more prolific than others. So some fish that you get will just give you babies like crazy, and others you'll have to really kind of watch and nurture in order to get a good amount of fry out of them. Dumbos are one of those strains. They will give you fry and it will be pretty easy, but if you give them a high protein diet and you keep their water really clean, they are going to give you lots of fry. But you have to do both of those things. Also, with them being a larger fin fish, they will actually more than likely, if you have an ammonia, spike of any kind, you will see that on them because they are very susceptible to that. So you have to make sure your water is very clean with Dumbo guppies. 44 Meg guy says, sorry, lurking, changing water and gravel vacuum. No, for sure, man. Glad you're doing your water changes. Sundays are usually my day to do it as well. But since Easter is today, probably not gonna do a whole lot of that today. I did it yesterday. I did 8 tanks yesterday, 50% water changes in 8 tanks. Just wanted to kind of, get a little head start into next week. But since there's not a whole lot going on, I am still going to work and getting a lot of stuff done in there, but not as much as I normally do because most of the offices that I work in are closed. But I'm, able to do a lot more in the weeks now than I used to. So Anthony's fishy friend says, I saw the tanks on Instagram. Yeah, go over and subscribe to, or what is it? Yeah, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. That's what it is. I always get all the acronyms all messed up. Go follow me on Instagram. I think we just topped 500 on there. And I was going to do the giveaway at 500, but we did it, last Sunday at 400, just because we waited a long time for that giveaway. And I wanted to give you guys a thank you for, watching and supporting me in the beginning. So we did that last week, and Jets Reef won. And he decided to get the trio of the purple Dumbo mosaics. So I'll be sending those out to him this week. So he's pretty excited about that. So well done, Tanks. Put up my video on how I ship fish and then the link to Salt City Aquatics in the chat. So if you guys want to go over and get some of the fish we've got and shrimp and plants and everything, we've got some hard goods in there too. You can go over and check those out. Mama Guppy Guru's in the house. Yes, Trent, she is. She's hanging out with us this morning, which is pretty cool. Valley Fish, good to see you. Worldwide Tropicals, do you sell pairs? I sell trios of guppies. I think trios are a better bet for anyone who's trying to do anything as far as breeding goes. If you do a pair, more than likely you're going to have an issue with, chasing and whatnot. So a trio is just a lot safer for you. We can do a pair for you if you would like. You can shoot a message to me on Instagram, but I would prefer people to buy trios. It just is a better bet for your money. I mean, we were doing pairs for a while, and then I didn't like the fact we were doing pairs, so I had Ian change it over to trios just because I feel like you get more bang for your buck and you get more quality out of a trio than a pair. So Select Bet says lurking helps the channel too, more view time. Yes, for sure. Since we're almost to 550, we're getting close to that 1,000 mark, and I'm going to be potentially doing a 1K giveaway with a collaboration of some kind. So kind of keep your ears out for that one. It's pretty cool who I'm going to be doing it with, which is pretty awesome. But a 1K giveaway, Once we get to that 1K mark, that means that I will be monetized once we hit the 4,000 watch hours. I think we're at like 2,000 watch hours right now, which is really awesome. I can't believe that. I think we just topped 30,000 views or something on the channel too, which is even crazier. One of our views, I think, or one of our videos has gone up to like 12,000 views, which is nuts. I can't thank you guys enough for that. But once we get to that 1,000 mark, we can finally monetize the channel, which would be pretty awesome, because then we can start, you know, paying for some more fish and stuff through the hobby instead of, you know, all of it coming out of my pocket. Because everything right now, you know, the setup for the streams, all the fish, all the tanks, the camera equipment, everything we're using right now is just what I've bought. So being able to, you know, get some money back through YouTube, you know, ad revenue will be really great in order to help, you know, fund the hobby that we've got here, and hopefully bring you guys even more content, better content. Because right now I am budgeting myself with everything going on. I've got to keep the money not going out as much as it's coming in. So everything's kind of a little bit on hold, but we're doing a lot of the things that I've had in the works for a long time. We're just trying to go through those now. So let's go back to the chat here and see down the wormhole says, hey, Valley Fish. Yeah, good to see you, Valley Fish. Thanks for coming. Crowntail Half Moon, Peter, how often do you recommend feeding and changing water for guppies and percentage of water change? So I feed with the auto feeders 2 times a day, but then every other day I will throw in a cube of baby brine shrimp that I froze. So that way they're getting more live food, more protein, and that seemed to help a lot. I have very hard water here. I think we're at 180 parts per million, so really, really hard water, which is really good for me because my water changes don't have to be as hefty as most people. So what I usually do is like a 15 to 20% weekly, but sometimes I'll do 50% every month just to keep the water parameters really safe. But since we have such hard water, my pH doesn't move ever. It stays practically like the 7.4, 7.5 mark. Sometimes it'll go down a little bit to like 7.3, but usually it sits right there at the 7.4, 7.5. So depending on your water though, do as much as you can, as often as you can, and then feed live, and feed often. That's kind of the good way to do it. Slime squishies stuff, fun. Good to see you, man. I think you were over in the chat on Chris Scott's video when it was premiering. So good to see you over here. Glad you subbed up to the channel here and are hanging out on the stream. Small Fry Aquatics, looking at your site, are any of the guppies from IFGA lines? They are not from the IFGA lines. I have a few of the IFGA lines, and they're from friends in the local guppy group here. And since they've worked so hard and so long on those fish, I don't really want to send them out until they are okay with it, if that makes sense. So a lot of the fish I have are more of the fun fish, the fish that they're playing with, or that I'm playing with. So just like not your common fish. I do have a few, like in this bottom tank down here, I've got the American greens, and then over there I've got the bicolored blue deltas. So we've got a couple that are IFGA lines, but I don't really want to sell them until my friends give me the okay to, just because they've worked so hard and so long on those fish. I don't want them to go out and then have someone, come into a competition and beat them. So that's why I don't have any of them up there yet. They will probably be coming in the future, but not yet. Slime Squishies says, I just need help right now if something is up with one of my pregnant guppies. Throw it up in the chat and we can see if we can help you out, bud. Riley, good to see you. Glad you made it. Crowntail Halfman says, Trent, I wonder if Michael is still sleeping. Oh yeah, he's definitely still sleeping. Yeah, he stays up till like 4 a.m. and then sleeps forever. So, and he's also in California, so right now it's only 8:30 for him, or it's 9:30 for me. So, okay, we just scrolled way down far. Let's see. I lost the chat here. Select Pet says, Guppy Guru, now you got me thinking about auto feeders for my tanks. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like, auto feeders as much as I do. These are the Penplex ones that I've got, which I really like just because it's a 1 AA battery, and it feeds 2 times a day. It feeds every 12 hours. It just rotates. Super simple, nothing to them. I went on to go buy more of them, and they were all gone. So they don't sell them anymore. I don't know if when I bought like the 28 of them, if I like tapped out the supply, but they're no more on Amazon. You can find a couple on eBay, but I can't find any more. So I was needing, I think I need 5. I think I need 10 more. And I can't find them. So I've got a couple like Eheims rolling around and stuff that my mom bought me an Eheim feeder, which I've got in my bedroom tank now, which is awesome. That's a really good one too. But they're $29, I think, a piece. And when you're buying 10 to 15 of those, that adds up quick. Where the Penplex ones, I think, were only like $12. So they were a really good price for what they were. So. Riley Batchelor said, for all the guppies you sell, are they imported or do you breed them? I breed all of them. So what I do is I will, buy them from local people, from friends, from like my purple Dumbo mosaics I got from Kang Lee up at Twin City Guppies. I've got some over here in one of the tanks that I'm going to be making a video on. I've got the blue tuxedo kois that I got from Susan over at SLC Aquatics. So a lot of them come from either friends or, that kind of avenue. And then I breed all of them here in the garage. And then once they get to breeding, really well for me and doing really well in here, I feel comfortable enough to put them on the site. That's when they go on the site. So the fish you see on the site are ones that I have bred. I have not imported any fish that I sell. So I don't import and then sell. I bring them in, I breed them, and then I sell them. I feel like that way, when you buy a fish from us, you're getting a hardier, more secure fish, if that makes sense. You're not getting a fish that could potentially be carrying something from a breeder, or that's been bred out too much. Like I know Michael over at Bay Area Aquatics, he had some of the koi guppies, and his just did not do well for him. And my only thought on why they didn't do well for him was that the ones that he got came from from like a breeder in Thailand, I believe, and they were just overbred, and it kind of made that line really weak. Where if I sell a fish, if it's weak in my fish room, which has very hard water, I feed really well. Everything's kind of perfect for guppies. If they don't do well here, I'm not going to sell them to you. So when you're buying fish from us, you're getting a hardy, safe fish. And that's why, and even our prices are really low compared to some of the other guys who just do imports. Like the purple Dumbo mosaics that I bought, I think I paid 65 or 75 bucks for a trio of them. And we sell them for $45 a trio. So there's a pretty big price drop there. And these are even going to be better than the ones that are imported. So hopefully that answers your question there, Riley. Down the Wormhole says, was a great contest. Yeah, the 400 subscriber giveaway was awesome. I appreciate everyone who went on and entered themselves in for that. It was really fun to do. I'll probably end up, like I said, doing another one at 1,000 subscribers. I think that was awesome. I loved the interaction we all had on that. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. So let's see. Slime Squishy Stuff Fun says, so she appears to have liked these pink things and like these pink things in her. It's not her gravid spot, but it's near her. Please tell me what it is. Was never there before. It kind of looks like organs. Please help. Slime, send me a picture via Instagram. DM me over on Instagram. I'm not sure what that could be. The only thing I could think of is if she's got, you know, like a wound or something on her body. Is it coming out of her, or is it like on the side of her, or what there? But send me a picture of it if you can. Yeah, send me a picture. Well done, Tanks put up the video of my auto feeder video. That was a fun one to make. I laid down on the floor here in the Guppy garage, and we laid all the auto feeders around my head, and then Courtney took like 200 photos. Worldwide Tropical says 1K, all the fish I could buy. Let's see. Well done, Tank says at Crown Till Half Moon. Let's see, did I miss something here? Oh, yeah, Trent's saying at Crown Till Half Moon, he keeps a crazy schedule. Any support you can give him at this time, really appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. Go over and hit up Michael at Bay Area Aquatics channel. Awesome friend. Same with Trent, who's moderating for us today. Well done, Tanks. Go hit up both their channels. I think Mike just hit 8,000 subs, which is awesome. And Trent, I think you're rolling up on 1.5, if I remember right, 1.5 thousand. So go give them some love, show them some love, watch all their stuff. It's awesome. Worldwide Tropical says, shopping on your site now, how long do they take to ship? So usually when we get an order, so let's say if you order something on like a Friday, I won't ship it until Monday, because then that way more than likely it's going to get there in the time frame. The fish that I shipped for Chris, I told him I don't like shipping on Thursdays or Fridays because they're more than likely going to show up late, and they did. I shipped it on Thursday and they did not arrive until Monday. They were all alive though, luckily. But I do not like to ship fish except for Mondays and Tuesdays. So more than likely, or Wednesday, sometimes I do Wednesdays because it's 2-day. And if I ship it on Wednesday, it'll get there Friday. But I like to ship within the week. I don't like to go over the weekend because sometimes they get mixed up in the kind of the channels at USPS. So they ship quick. We put 72-hour heat packs in there, breather bags, so that perfectly for. So if that answers your question, I hope it does. But everything takes a couple days to get to you. The Bren, good to see you, man. You came over from Chris's channel, so glad you did. Oh, let's see, we just scroll down too far. Slime, hey, the Bren, you're always in the streams I watch. Yeah, Bren's going all over the place, which is pretty cool. Valley Fish says, website looks nice. What web company do you use, like GoDaddy or other? So actually, Ian, my friend who runs Salt City Aquatics, I've known him since, I want to say we were, 4, when we first kind of knew of each other, or friends, family friends. And then in elementary school, we started really hanging out. So I've known Ian for years and years and years. So Ian is the one that runs Salt City Aquatics. He pretty much did only shrimp. And then he found out that I did guppies, and we kind of branched into that. So we kind of partnered up together on that. So I will have to ask him on that. I am not sure. I think he's doing it through Wix, but I'm not 100% on that. But yes, the site looks awesome. He went through and revamped the whole thing when I came on board, and it's awesome. He does a really good job on updating it. I'll send him pictures. We'll do like sales. Like right now, we've got a huge sale on bettas. Everybody, $15 for a Candy Nemo plakat. I spent, I think, $60 on my male, and I think $60 on my female. So I spent $120 for a pair of these to breed them. And we've got a lot of females that are gorgeous, and we have a lot of males that are gorgeous. So if you want a breeding pair, you can get a breeding pair for $30. which is pretty awesome. So just an idea for you guys. If you want to breed bettas, we've got females and males that can do that for you. The Bren, I bought a pregnant female guppy about 2 months ago, and she gave birth to some super crazy high quality guppies. Oh, awesome, the Bren. That's really cool. Yeah, I've actually done that too, where I've gone into my local fish store and just bought a few. I bought 3 females, and they came out with some absolutely gorgeous green cobra guppies, which I'm trying to get to a pure line right now so I can throw them up on the website for you guys. Carson Green, good to see you, buddy. So Carson actually placed an order on the site, which we really appreciate, bud. He's going to be getting some of the purple Dumbo mosaics. So we appreciate you joining in, Carson, and for helping support us. It's really cool that, you know, you place orders through our site. You know, we communicated a lot through Instagram, answered a lot of your questions. But then you're here and you're hanging out with us. It's really cool because it's not just like a, you know, it's not like a eBay order or something where you're just like, here's your money, ship the fish, and the process is done. It's like really we're communicating, we're hanging out. I like that aspect. I'm very social when it comes to this hobby, so I'm glad you're here to hang out with us. Slime Squishy says, the Bren, how did you manage that? It sounds so good. I would love some high quality guppies when I get into a guppy tank. So what guppies gave birth to them? Basically what color? Let's see if he answered later on. So the Bren says, the guppy that gave birth to them isn't really anything special. She's black with some yellowish blue fins. So the females usually will not tell you what color the babies are going to be because the color comes from the males. So if you've got a really nice looking female, a beautiful female, nice big fins, all that stuff, that's a really good sign that whatever male you put in with her is going to have really nice big fins, good size, and then whatever color the male has will transfer. So that's kind of a good way to start. You know, if you want to start making your own lines or you know, experimenting, that's how you do it. Worldwide Tropical says, how long does it take for your fish to ship and arrive? So if I ship on a Monday, it'll get to you on a Wednesday because it's 2-day, USPS 2-day. So Monday doesn't count as a day of shipping, but Tuesday and Wednesday do. So it usually is their Wednesday night and or sometimes Thursday morning, which is perfectly fine to get there the next morning. So, and I pay extra. So like the shipping cost that you guys see on our website is our cost plus we pay more. So if it's $12 shipping for something like a, you know, order of plants, we actually pay $13 plus the heat packs, plus the bags, plus all that stuff. And then on the fish, if I ship you a trio and some other stuff in a large USPS box, I pay extra. I pay the insurance. It ends up being like $38 to ship you guys fish. So I'm not sure what it is on the site to ship to you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's less than that. So we actually do eat some money on the shipping, which is totally fine because we want to make sure they get to you guys safely. And we don't want to overcharge you guys for anything. So if you see shipping costs, so that's why, because they are expensive on our end. So just wanted to let everyone know that. The Bren says the guppy that gave birth to them isn't really anything special. She's black with some yellow. Oh, I already got that. Well done, Tank says, Guppy Guru, not a guppy topic, but how are the Hillstream loaches? They are doing really good. Actually, there's one right there on the front glass of the 75. I really want them to breed in this tank. I think it's perfectly set up for them to do that, but I haven't seen any of the breeding action yet. I've thrown in like a coconut, and I've thrown in a half coconut I got from Aquarium Co-op in there. I'm hoping that kind of like stimulates them to find a little spot to to give birth, but they're doing great. There's one right there. There's one down here at the bottom, and then there's one over there in the corner. There are 4 in here. I'm not sure where the 4th is. He might be on the back wall, but they're all doing great. All doing really awesome. Carson Green says, good morning and happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too, bud. Yeah, they're... Select Pet says, Amazon now has Penplex double feeder 2s for $13.50. I just spotted. Yes, I will go on and buy 15 of those right when we're done with this stream. Those are my new favorites. Super simple, super easy. I actually dropped one in a fish tank, pulled it out, took the battery out, let it sit for a day, and then put the battery back in, and it started right back up, and it's still working. So the amount of like mechanism in there is not a whole lot, which is perfect. That's what I wanted. I really, really, really wanted the Aquarium Co-op easy feeder, but since he decided to pull them just for manufacturing issues, I really respect that, but I like the Penplex. I think it's a really good feeder. So Slime says it's on the side, but it's in her. There's a few there like pink organs. Yeah, send me a picture of that, bud. I'd like to see what's going on with that. Carson Green says, how many different types of guppies do you have? Ooh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I have 15 strains right now. 15 or 16 strains. Hoping to eat a couple more. So quite a few. There's some that I've got from local people, like the gold top swords, that I really, really enjoy. Those came from David here at the Utah Fancy Guppy Association. And those are a line that he's been working on for a really, really long time. And those are the ones I probably will not be putting on the site for quite a while until I get the okay from David, just because he's worked on them for so hard and so long. I don't want to take his work and pass it on to someone else without his knowledge. So that's not the way I do things. And he's a really good friend. He's the president of the Utah Fancy Guppy Association here in Salt Lake. And so I respect, the time he put into that fish. But I do have 15 strains. Slime says it's on the side of her, like inside her near the guy was bottom. I did she give birth some guppies soon, and I already have some that I've saved. So I don't want a bad line of guppies. So I don't want the guppies she has to get what she has. I just don't want a bad line. Yeah. It's always. Oh, Ian said it's Wix, by the way, on the channel or on the website construction. Good to see you, Ian. Glad you made it in. Yeah, that's always the risk when you get a guppy, is that you're gonna, get a bad line of some kind. That's why when you buy from like someone like us, or Twin City Guppies, or someone who's got a little bit of a reputation for selling good fish, you're gonna get something good. I know my local fish store, which is like 5 minutes from me, they get a lot of their guppies from local people. So I'm not too worried about some of the fish I'll buy from them. They do import some, and then I'll buy them from them, and then I'll breed them. And I've done that twice. The first line I got from them didn't do so hot. And then I ended up, taking them back, and they gave me store credit, and I got another line. But that's kind of the risk you take with fish. Worldwide Tropical says I may buy 10 mutt guppies. Yeah, go for it, man. I've got a lot of really cool mutts right now that I can definitely send you out some really cool ones. So that'd be, I think, a really good bet for you with what you're trying to do for the setup. I could even send you some of my lines I'm working on. that the males aren't 100% perfect to what I want, but they're still gorgeous. So if that's what you want to do, let us know, and we can definitely send you some really cool ones. Michael made it. He's awake finally. Drink your Coke, bud. Wake up. 44 Meg guy says, you're in Alaska, if I remember correctly. No, I went to Alaska for work. I'm in Utah, Salt Lake City. Yeah, Carson Green says the same thing, and Ian said the same thing. So yeah, Ian's saying it's Wix that we do our channel through, or our website through. I did the fish store tour in Alaska. Yeah, I did do that. That was really fun. That fish store up there was so cool. All the people that worked up there were awesome. And it was an absolutely incredible fish store for where it was. I mean, it was like -2 degrees outside, and they had like one of the best saltwater setups I've seen. Well done, Tank says, at Barrier Aquatic, sleep tight in that legit hammock of yours. Yeah, so Michael's been doing some camping in his own house, which is pretty cool. Yeah, 44 Meg guy, there are a couple fish tubers in Alaska. I'm not sure who they are, though. I'll have to look into that and try to find out who they are. But Carson, I've got 15 lines of guppies. Ian saying $12 for livestock fishing. Not sure what you mean there, Ian. No worries, though. Well done, Tank says, hashtag goals to get 15 strains of rice fish. Yeah, man, if you can do 15 strains of rice fish, that would be incredible. And then Trent put Opa's Guppy Ranch on there, which is where I got those gold top swords. David is the one who runs that site. Awesome dude, has some incredible fish, and he's the president of the Utah Fancy Guppy Association. So if you want to go get some of his lines, you can definitely do that. He's got some really beautiful ones. So Ian said $12 for livestock shipping. Yeah, so $12 for livestock shipping. There you go. Sharon, good to see you. Happy Easter to you too. Glad you made it. Chronicles of Chris's Fish Room, good to see you. Happy Easter to you, man. Oh, looks like I made it to the bottom of the chat. Wow, it's been a long one. We've had a lot of conversation this morning, which is really cool. Thank you guys for joining in and supporting this morning. So Ian saying, yeah, $12 for livestock shipping. Oops. No, it's totally fine, Ian. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier in the chat, I don't know if you were here for that, Ian, but I was saying like our cost to ship fish is more than the $12. But we like to make sure that our fish show up to them in one piece and alive. So that's what I was kind of going through a little bit of that with them, just kind of explaining, where that cost comes from. Well done, Tank says, hit the like button. Actually, I think we're pretty dang good on the likes, Trent, but if someone hasn't hit the like, please do so for sure. We've got 17 watching and 20 likes, which is pretty impressive. So thank you guys for that. Let's see. Yeah, Down the Wormhole stream is going to be starting here in about 8 minutes. So she's awesome. Go over and give her channel a watch. She's really been supportive of my stuff. It kind of sucks that you're up in Canada, though, because it would be really awesome if we could, send stuff back and forth to each other. And because I really, ever since I went down to Haiti, I really want to start doing the CARES program and the Project Piaba stuff. I really want to get into that. And that's why all of our betas are at $15, everyone. I want to try to sell those so we can make room. I want to make room for a CARES rack. I want to do nothing but CARES fish. I want to get those fish breeding, and I want to save lines. I want to save fish that, aren't really out in the wild anymore. So if you guys do go on and buy a betta, all of the betta money that I receive is going to be put into an account, and I'm going to save that account for CARES fish. They're a little bit more expensive. I need to, get the setup and everything done. but that's where that money is going to be going. So even though we did drop the price down on them, that is where that money is going. So if anyone wants to get a betta, if they're looking for bettas right now, just go onto our site and check them out. Let me know if that's something you guys would want. I can send you some pictures of certain ones too if you send me a message to Instagram. We've got quite a few beautiful ones, and they're all different, which is really cool. Oh, excuse me, because they're kois, a koi species. So everyone's different. Some have more blue, some have more yellow, some have more red. So you get a lot of different fish, which I really like. So that's where all that money's going to be going. So if you guys do want to get a betta, go check them out. Slime says, I'll send the pic of my mom's Instagram. Karen, please reply quick. So worried about her and the guppies. Yeah, I'll reply once the stream's done for you, bud. Yeah, well done. Tank says, I have seen them in person and they are great quality and beautiful coloring. Yes, they are for sure. I actually sent one to Michael over at Bay Area Aquatics, and he just posted a picture of one the other day. Absolutely beautiful fish. I love them. I posted a couple pictures of one of the males that I have in my kitchen tank now too. And once he got into that tank, he colored up like crazy. So I think once you get them in your hands, I think they're going to be so much better than, the barracks I've got here. Unfortunately, they're not as stimulated as they could be. But if they're in like a tank where it's, you're really taking great care of them, planted tank, I think they're definitely going to show up a lot better for you guys. So I'm going to end the stream here. I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Easter. Stay safe out there, everyone. Be sure to hug your loved ones if they're close to you, or to give them a call if they're not close, just because right now we need to be social distancing ourselves. But make sure you tell everyone you love them. You never know what's going to happen. And so I really appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us in the chat this morning. While I didn't even drink my coffee because I was talking so much. But yes, like Trent said, hit the like button on the way out. Show some love to the channel here. We're at 549 subs right now, so we're almost to 550, which is incredible. I am blown away. Thank you guys all so much. And then be sure to go over to Down the Wormhole stream and put in there #guru so she knows you're coming over from my stream to hers. We tried to do it a little bit last Sunday, and I think we got 1 or 2 to do that over there. But I think it's just really cool that we can, send that love on over the next. So that we'll see you guys all over there and Down the Wormhole stream. And happy Easter. Hope you guys all have a great one, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a great day.